Hey, Xisumavoid. Welcome to ProtoTech.
Hey, hi, thanks for the invite.
Yeah, no problem, man. Uh,
Cool. This place looks very interesting.
this is our world spawn point.
It's pretty interesting. I noticed a frog over here.
Oh yeah, that's a map. When the members built it up.
Awesome. Oh, people are throwing things at me. Food, carrots,
We have a
emerald blocks.
we have a shulker box with your gear in it over near the Nether portal. If you want to pick it up.
Oh wow, I get some gear. What's that? Is that like a cheaty item?
Hey, what? Cheat?
Oh,
Oh,
cactus appears as a giant. This is ridiculous looking.
yeah,
Cactus appears as a giant black and purple cube for me.
yeah. We collect rares over different versions. These are possible in survival. Server is almost 4 years old.
Wow, I did not know about that. So you're seeing what I'm seeing, this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
they're
cool.
large blocks.
Oh, I just took someone's box. There we go. So yeah, man, I've been definitely interested in this. You said you had a way to
Prophecy. You
get
might want to mic
shulkers
your
to
mute.
respawn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Exactly. Yeah, it's the Shulker Shucker I showed for a April Fool's video, but it's actually real, and it uses my call it Ultra Mob Generator, which is a way that I discovered to be able to duplicate mobs in the game.
Okay. I'm trying to remember the video. I'm not sure if I saw it or I just forgot. Um, yeah, you'll have to refresh. So you got a way to duplicate mobs in vanilla, and then you do that to shulkers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so ultimately the way it works is that I discovered that the mob that enters the end dimension through a entrance end portal is in the game twice for one game tick. So
Ah.
in that time, you can actually kill off the mob that's in the overworld because the game is going to remove it anyways after that one game tick. So if you kill it, then you can acquire the loot that comes from that mob. And this kind of opened up the door to a lot of possibilities, such as like sponge farms, shulker farms. Although no one could really figure out a way to do it because it's extremely complicated. And as you'll see today, it is quite interesting to say the least.
Yeah, I think I remember Doc M did this, and he duplicated shulker boxes that were in the hand of the zombie. Does that sound
Yes, yes, yeah, it's
about
based.
right?
Yeah,
Ah,
that's
okay,
based off of my farm.
that's cool, awesome.
Prophecy, or no, yeah, that's Prophecy. Prophecy, we're at world spawn point. So you picked up your gear, right? Or somebody was,
Oh, is that what this box is?
yeah,
Ah,
Evil Xbox.
oh, I can.
The Shulker
Derp
box is named.
tunic. I'm wearing these, man. Wearing these derp clothes.
So,
So is your server public to the
no,
like? Is anyone able to join? No, it's like a whitelisted apply type thing.
yeah, people can apply, and we're definitely looking for members, people that are really enthusiastic about vanilla gameplay. We try to keep everything completely 100% vanilla survival here, so we don't
Yeah.
use like, other semi-vanilla stuff. That's kind of the goal, and the goal is to like keep this server long term so people can build projects. They don't have to worry about them getting destroyed. And yeah, it's been going on for
That's
about
cool.
4 years.
That's awesome. What's this mysterious thing over here? Some sort of timer?
That's the same thing you've seen, but just on display.
Oh, okay. It's just there so you can watch it spin around for a while.
Yeah, like showcasing different rares that we collected.
That's cool. Yeah. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a video here on the ProtoTech server. So we're checking out a Shulker Shell farm today, right?
Yeah, it's called the Shulker Shell Shucker, and it's something I showed off as a April Fool's video, but it's actually real, and it uses a lot of very bizarre mechanics, as we call them. Some people may call them glitches. And this is 100% vanilla survival world, and it's been around for about 4 years.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait to check this thing out. I'm super curious as to how it works. I mean, farming Shulker Shells, that's what pretty much everyone wants to do, right? Without exploring end cities.
Yeah. Um, so the idea comes from my Ultra Mob generator. So it's a way to actually duplicate mobs in a sense. And the way that that works
Yes.
is that when the game will send a mob over into the end dimension and it goes through the entrance end portal, which is we got one right here. There is one game tick, which is 1/20th of a second, where the mob will be in the overworld as well as in the end dimension. Now, after that time, the game will then remove the mob that was in the overworld, and all you'll be left is the one that's in the end dimension. And you can take advantage of this, and if you've killed the one that's in the overworld in that very short amount of time, then you end up with the loot from it, and you also keep the original one in the end dimension.
Okay, so if I understood correctly, is that when a mob goes through this portal here, or when it goes through the one on the other side?
It actually works for both of them. They're both considered end portals. You can
Oh,
do it
okay,
both
okay, so it
ways.
works both ways. Got you.
Yeah. So obviously this is easy to replicate with some mobs, such as like if you had like a donkey that was full of items, you can use this as a general item duplicating. But we don't allow general item duplicating on our server, so we try to figure out a way to duplicate mobs by using this. And it's pretty easy to just do some type of mobs, but Shulkers, as we found out, is very difficult because of teleportation and some glitches and bugs that are in the game. So we eventually got this to work with it, though.
That's cool. So how did you get it to work?
Okay, so over in the Nether dimension, we have all the Shulkers stored up. We got them from a end city. We got about 32 of them, and we got them all down to 1 health, and we're storing them in the Nether dimension. Now these came from an end city, and we will use these 32 Shulkers repeatedly. So it's the same 32 Shulkers going through the system. We're not actually getting more Shulkers out of the system. And then what we'll do is we'll send them from the Nether dimension over here to the overworld. And this is the entrance end portal. And what will happen is that we will light this portal, and they will come through this Nether portal, just like a normal mob would. And what we'll do is we'll remove the Nether portal, and then we'll push the Shulker in over to the other side, and then it will duplicate with some other stuff going on. What we'll do right now is we can actually turn this on and have it working. So the Shulkers are coming from the Nether. The first thing that they did is they came through the Nether portal, and then when the Nether portal was lit, so they found this Nether portal because it was the closest one. And when they come through another portal, they are placed inside the Nether portal because they are entity, and they attach to it because they want to attach to a solid block. We then destroy the Nether portal, and this means that the Nether portal is gone, but the game will remember the last time an entity will remember where the entity went to when it went through that Nether portal. So since we constantly send entities going through the exact same coordinate in the other Nether portal in the Nether dimension, when they come to the overworld, they automatically remember where they're supposed to end up. And as long as we keep on going through that system every 15 seconds, the game will constantly send them to this Nether portal, although it's removed already.
So is the Nether portal being? Sorry, I kind of half understood that. Is the Nether portal being lit or unlit, or is it remembering where they're supposed to be?
It's remembering where they're supposed to be.
Yeah, it's remember where the last entity went through. So then it puts that in the same location.
So how come it doesn't look for a new type of portal?
To try to minimize lag, although it doesn't do the bestest job, but it will just try to memorize the last 15 seconds.
Oh, so if you waited 15 seconds, it would look for a new portal.
And then it would find the portal that's below that one. That's where we have an extra one
Right,
down there.
and
That's
then each time it sends something through, does it reset that 15 seconds?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah.
Now you also notice a minecart coming through. We call these.
That's the minecart that the Shulker was in before. Is that right?
Yes, in a way.
We're watching magic at the moment.
Oh yeah.
Mesmerizing.
So okay.
Do
so
the items end up in the end, or are they getting collected here?
They can end up here, but then they get pushed over to the end pretty much, or they'll end up in the end. So the minecart's doing the same thing. It's coming through. It's using the cache, and we'll take a look at that later. But it's coming through like a Pez dispenser, and then what we're doing is we're using the minecart, and we're putting it around to the backside, and we're sending it into the end dimension. As you can see, on the far backside, the minecarts are going back into the entrance end portal. Now we use this to pick up the Shulkers that are in the end dimension. So one of the weird bugs that we found is that when you send a Shulker into the end dimension, we found out that when you send a Shulker into the end dimension, it only pops up at the only ends up at the obsidian platform for 1 game tick. And then after that time, it will be sent to the coordinates in the overworld, but applied to the end dimension. So really far off from the obsidian platform, it'll be placed. So what ZeroX discovered was that if the minecart gets sent in at the same time that a Shulker does, and the minecart's moving, the minecart will be able to pick up the shulker before it gets sent away to that far off location. You want to say something, Xerox?
Can you turn it off for a moment, then I can come over to you guys.
Okay.
So if people go through the Nether or through the end dimension, that breaks it.
Not necessarily. It's just a lot of weird quirks and stuff that you gotta watch out for. The biggest thing is because everybody kind of ends up at the same obsidian platform in the end dimension. You're gonna bump these minecarts, and what happens is that in the end dimension we have it set up so that we have to use the momentum of the minecart to make it reach a certain distance to get it back onto the tracks again. Yeah. Oh, thanks for lining that up, Xerox. I probably forgot. So
Oh, that wouldn't be
yeah, I know.
very good if I forgot
So
that.
some other things that are going on here is that
Oh, Smokey, come
we're obviously trying to get the
out of that portal.
loot from the shulker. So we're killing the shulker right as it gets pushed in. So that's why you see the shulker's getting pushed in with this piston, and you see it taking damage, and then it gets pushed over into the end dimension. And the way that we are killing the shulker is up above us. There is a TNT duplicator up there.
Ah,
That is
that's why
duplicating
there's a gap.
TNT. Yep. And it's falling down here, and this explosion is damaging them. And they're all set at like 1 heart, so they get killed off really easily. Although the duplicate of them, like the main one that the game's gonna keep track of, is over in the end dimension, so he's saved.
That's cool.
One crazy thing that we discovered while running this is that we discovered that the TNT entity has to exist in the game longer than the shulker does. And this is something we didn't really understand until we started to try to figure out other ways of damaging them. And I initially discovered that you can use lingering potions to do this and duplicate them. But we wanted to obviously make a more renewable resource, so we figured out how to use it for damaging potions as well as TNT. And the way that we got that working is that the TNT is actually ignited and it's falling in the overworld before the shulker is ever here in the overworld. So then the shulker is placed, comes out from the Nether and is placed in the overworld. Therefore, the TNT exists longer, and therefore, when the TNT does explode, it will actually cause the shulker to be killed. If you do it the other way around, the shulker will not die. Even though they get killed in the same game tick and everything, it just doesn't work that way. Just the way that the game processes stuff.
Interesting. So if you had a mob spawned right before, let's say, a TNT gets exploded, it wouldn't kill it, or am I thinking of that the wrong way around?
It
Or is
would,
it just,
but
is it just
it
in this
would be
specific
processed.
circumstance?
I think it would. It just get processed a little bit longer, and that little bit longer processing would not work for our situation.
Oh, right.
So we realized that there are other places that also depend on that order. So when we made a tour with Doc M, we lost one shulker in the end dimension, and I was collecting it, and then I realized that that the portal that we have at spawn also requires that particular order, so that the minecart is older than the shulker to actually work.
It's fascinating. It's a very quirky game.
So to accomplish this, we have to send the TNT for the shulker before the shulker gets here. So we have to send a signal to the overworld saying we need to send a TNT down here for a shulker that doesn't even exist in the overworld yet. And that's what this minecart system does. Pretty much we have a minecart coming first. This minecart will tell the TNT to drop a TNT, and then by the time TNT gets down here, then the shulker will come through.
Sorry, I'm leaving. Bam.
Okay, so this is where the shulkers will spawn, and the shulker will spawn up in the air, about 2 meters up in the air, kind of where the player's head would be at, and you will be not in the minecart because you can't send entities through portals in a minecart. So we have to first have it so that he is out of the minecart, as you've seen, and then we send the shulker or the minecart afterwards, and the minecart is moving with momentum, and it picks up the shulker and it sends them beyond this obsidian platform and down this hole, onto this rail and down this hole.
Okay.
So we don't have to have anything on top of the obsidian platform because it regenerates, obviously. And yeah, you can hop down there, and he gets taken along. Now, on your right-hand side, you can see the collection where we pick up the Shulker shells.
Yeah.
It's pretty crude, but we got it set up so that look it up. You can see how many we collected. Just the Shulker shells. We got about almost 2 stacks just from when we were talking with you.
Wow.
Having the farm
That's
run.
cool.
And
do you duplicate gravity blocks here as well?
Yes, we have a different entrance end portal for that though.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they just accidentally ended up in this chest here.
Yeah, if you have any questions, just ask away.
I think I kind of get the gist of it. It's some of the technical, precise timings and quirks that get a little confusing, but I get the. Oh, this is why you had that track there. I see. And how did you remove the bedrock? Was it using a dragon egg?
Oh wait, you probably took. Where did you take off? You probably took off to the exit end portal.
Yeah, I'm underneath the end portal where some beacons are.
Oh,
Okay,
Am
so
I, did I miss
you
something?
followed like the rail, right? You followed the rail along.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, you're like following the. Oh yeah, awesome. Yeah,
so yeah,
you're doing great.
the
Yeah,
column in the middle we
just
took off.
ender pearl up there, and then we can talk a little bit about this. You want to go ahead, 0x now? By the way, 0x is the other person that helped me on this.
How do you?
And just ender pearl up on top of that slab there, or that.
We had a lot of fun building this and collecting
This
the
this
shulkers.
bedrock is lower down than usual.
Okay, that's a different bug that I showed. It pretty much before you upgrade to 1.9, if you lower down 0, by removing stone or by adding stone, you can adjust where the exit end portal will exist once you do
That's cool.
upgrade to 1.9. So yeah, we put the same Y level as our Obsidian platform, which is cool. Now,
So how
Xerox,
did we
you
break
want
the
to explain?
bedrock here? With dragon eggs, right?
Yeah, we'd use dragon
Yeah,
eggs for all of it, but 2 of it.
Yeah, the column in the middle we could do with dragon eggs, but we also had to remove the bedrock beneath the end portal.
So did you use pistons for the other two?
Exactly, the headless pistons.
And what's going on here? Do you want to explain what's going on here, Xerox?
Yeah, so here we have the same trick with the portal, where we have the detector rail, not detector rail, the what's that
Activator rail.
called? Activator rail. The activated rail down there, which separates the shulker from the minecart, and then they both get teleported through the portal in the same game tick, so that they get picked up again on the other side.
And this is because the same problem that we talked about at the Obsidian platform occurs when you send shulkers to the world spawn point through the exit end portal. And we have to pick them up within 1 game tick, or else they won't end up at world spawn point, but instead they end up at the end dimension coordinates applied to the overworld. So they end up like at 0, 0, because that's what that's located at. And yeah. Because the shulker, or because the minecart's moving, we can also pick up the shulker when it goes through as well. And I guess we can head over to the world spawn point.
Got to jump in here.
Yeah.
Bam.
Yeah. So.
Should we fly there?
No, we are at world spawn point.
Oh, right. It's not 0, 0. Sorry, I got confused.
And you see me hopping?
Yep.
So this is our spawn chunks, obviously. And world spawn point's not exactly in the center of spawn chunks, but world spawn point is actually underneath this carpet. Underneath the carpet is some leaves. And when the game is going to place entities in the overworld, they're going to place it at world spawn point. And if there is like different types of transparent blocks, you'll be able to not place them on top of it, but place it then on a block that is at the lowest point that it can place it on. So it ignores carpets and leaves. That's pretty much what you need to know there. And then underneath, we have it so that we can set up some more trickery underneath to then pick up the shulker. Kind of hard to get to it, but there's another portal that's kind of hovering underneath the world spawn point.
Yeah, and that portal down there is where I mentioned earlier that the order also mattered here. So
Oh, it's in
what
there.
was
Oh, I
happening
see
is
where
that,
you are.
yeah, so what happened
So close.
yeah,
Oh.
what happened
there we go.
earlier here is that we lost that one shulker in the end dimension, and when I picked it up with a minecart and just send it to the end portal, then it didn't work. Then the shulker got stuck here and didn't go through the portal.
Okay, so let's.
So that's the lowest point. So that's where the shulker and the minecart end up. But then the activator rail separates them for them to go through the Nether.
Yeah, exactly. And in this setup, the way that the rail set up, the shulker will immediately try to be placed inside of the Nether portal. So just stick to the side there, and he'll be teleported. And the minecart will be teleported right afterwards. Same game tick, and then they will end up in the Nether dimension, and they'll come in as back together again, pretty much. So he'll be back.
Also, the minecart keeps its momentum through 2 dimensions, so it gets its momentum from the end dimension. Then it gets sent here and still has the same momentum. And on the Nether side, we actually need that, so the minecart actually leaves the portal.
Now we could follow the same route as the Shulkers do. We hop into this portal. We also notice that we have buttons around all the portals, as well as we have a bunch of air around it. This is to prevent the Shulker from teleporting to any other spot, because he does have one game tick to try to teleport to a block. So that's where you notice buttons, as well as a lot of air around these spots.
Oh, mystical.
So we also built these nether portals a little bit deeper, just to allow so pigmen won't create problems if they go through here. And yeah, if you're over here in the nether dimension, has anybody seen? Oh, wait, there he is. Okay. Yeah, so pretty much the minecart comes through the nether portal and it hops onto that rail on the backside of the nether portal, and it travels along this path, and it has the shulker inside of it.
It goes up
And
here.
yeah, it goes up there, and then up there is the storage.
Should I drop down this hole?
Yeah, yeah.
Ah,
So in there is about 32 or 34 shulkers all at one health. This is where we store them
yeah, I
because
can hear them making noise.
yeah.
So
Because
are they just standing on top of each other inside of these blocks to the other
yeah,
side
they're
of
in
it?
minecarts and then they're like stacked up. Just think of like a bunch of minecarts all stacked up on top of each other.
That's cool.
Yeah, Shulkers are one of the few mobs you can do this with because the Shulkers
Oh,
don't take
oh.
fall damage.
Well, anyway, man, thank you so much for the wonderful tour. It's awesome little contraption. Bye bye.
See ya.
It's a pleasure having you with us. Take care.
Bye.